The Land Information Access Association has been working with communities all across the state of Michigan for about 4 years now, working on resiliency planning. We try to do interjurisdictional planning where we work with communities that share borders and talk about more regional issues and talk about services and how they can really work collaboratively to increase resilience in their community.
One of the unique aspects of the resiliency planning effort was that the City of Grand Haven got to partner with one of their neighbors, the Charter Township of Grand Haven.
Traditionally, the township and the city didn't work closely on many projects. However, this really enabled us to have the planning commissions meet and myself and the city planner to form a relationship so that we can work on future projects together. We're thankful that the Resilient Michigan project is working with communities that are neighboring and really forming those bonds and creating long-term relationships.
The resiliency planning effort really focused on bringing in a lot of public input in different ways. So we had a project website, we held lots of public meetings and in different formats so people felt like they could share their opinions about various things.
In addition, we know that our youth and our senior citizens are two very big groups that we're going to be working with that enjoy a lot of recreation.
We have something called the Youth Advisory Board, and they are high school students who drew what they would like the waterfront to look like, and they drew what the valuable resources of the area was, and it made quite an impact on the older people because their vision is substantially different than what we have now. Their vision has open space, their vision is walkable, their vision has public transportation.
Whenever you can demonstrate that the public is involved in a project, the Planning Commission and City Council will be able to back it a lot easier without questioning whether it's a true reflection of what the community wants.
But planners have also learned through hard experience that they can't come in and tell communities, here's what you got to do because I think this is the best thing to do. So we've learned over time to be really good facilitators, to figure out how to get the right folks from the community at the table to start talking to each other about what are the values that we have at play here, what's our best sense or understanding of the way the world is working, and how can we work through a process.
The public engagement process was a very in-depth process for us here. Over 1,000 voices were heard through 40 different public meetings. It stretched roughly 1.5 years to 2 years, in the development of this plan.
The public engagement process involved a lot of different meetings in different areas and neighborhoods of the city. We presented a map and they were able to provide their input for what they thought was valuable to the city and what they thought could change for the better.
Previous to this master planning effort, this resiliency master planning effort, we were probably fairly typical of other communities in the Planning Commission, just working on it and kind of flying under the radar and not really seeking out much public input. In this process, I just felt awesome in that we were so much more intentional.
We reached out to, a variety of voices that typically are not heard in our public engagement process. Instead of the same person or same, group of people showing up to our public meetings, we were able to go out and meet people where they were, neighborhood meetings at local churches or at local events.
I think resiliency in every community is a little bit different, and so I think working with the community and learning from the community, you begin to understand what makes them resilient.
The bar has now been set. This is the way we're going to be doing master planning from now on. We're going to have an aggressive public participation process, and it's got to be meaningful and it's got to be engaged, and it can't be quick. We have to really listen to the people, to the stakeholders and everybody else, and just really, really learn to listen.